Warning, the following podcast contains explicit potty mouth language. If you don't want to hear words like fuck, shit, or dick, parental advisory is advised. Everybody, and welcome to Round Robin. This is a bi-weekly podcast where we try to answer the weirdest, strangest, and smartest questions only found on the internet. I am your host, as always, Ryan Neitzey. And on today's episode, I am joined by the lovely, the nowadays almost always wet, Adam Michalak.
Hello.
Adam, how's it going?
I'm wet right now.
You're actually are wet right now a little bit. Your hair's drying. I guess it wasn't from the swimming; it was from showering.
It was.
So last time you were on, I think last time you were on actually was that the very first episode?
No, I had one with Brooks.
Oh, you did have one with Brooks. That was great. But since then, you've joined. You're no longer on the track team.
And
cross country team. You are now on the swimming team.
Yes.
How is that going?
It was the worst decision of my life.
Immediately the worst decision of your life.
Yeah, he told me that it was going to suck. But
I don't
think he told me how much it was gonna suck. Because and the worst part is we're not even halfway. I think we're almost halfway through the season, and it's only gonna get worse.
What part of it sucks?
Everything. The swimming part, I don't know.
The swimming part, the waking up early.
I can wake up early. Waking up early is fine.
Mm-hmm.
The fact you have to wake up early and then put in 110% that he wants for 2 hours every day, and then continue on with my day like I'm not tired, which I am.
Yeah.
I slept for 16 hours.
Yeah, that
yesterday.
Sucks. That sucks. That's pretty bad. I don't have a transition here. A guy that never sucks. Nah, that's not a great transition, but I think you get the idea. Maxwell Collins, you're also on the show.
Yes, I return.
You have returned.
For yet another adventure.
Yeah.
In this cubicle.
This hot, steaming cubicle.
This would be considered a cubicle?
Yeah, it's like a psychiatric hospital in here, dude.
All these padded walls.
They look like tiny waffles.
They do.
Maxwell, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah? What have you been up to lately?
I turned 21, so that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
In, 4 words.
Yeah. I think by time this would be released, possibly you're playing the newest character pack in Injustice, probably?
December 12th will be the first one.
So maybe. Or maybe it's not out. You're about to.
Hellboy's on Tuesday, so.
Or Tuesday when we record, yes.
That's what you meant by Hellboy.
What do you think you meant by Hellboy?
I thought there was a new Hellboy game coming out.
Well, there's a new movie with the guy from Stranger Things.
You're not talking about a new character for a game?
No, I am.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about right now.
For the game Injustice 2 with the superheroes fighting each other, the DC superheroes?
They dropping a new character.
Yeah, they're dropping Hellboy this Tuesday as of the recording session. And then they just released a new character pack. Well, not released, announced a new character pack with...
The Turtles was the big surprise. The Ninja Turtles.
Uh-oh. All 4.
All 4 of them as one character.
How do you think that's going to work? Are you going to play all 4 at once?
Yeah, it'll be... No, they won't be tiny. It'll be... You'll probably pick the Turtles, and all 4 of them will be in the select screen. And you'll probably start with... all 4 of them will come in the intro. And then 3 of them will leave, and then you'll use the character power, which is 4 in the fighting game manual. So there's 4 buttons. Mm-hmm. 4 will switch probably from Leo to each character. Like you'll use a direction, so you'll do down in B will get you Raphael, back in B will get you Donatello, and then forward in B will get you Michelangelo. Mm-hmm. And then what they can do with each other, I don't know yet. Yeah, that'll be up to NetherRealm to figure out how. And
then in those fighting style games, fighting arcade style games, you kind of build up a meter that. I imagine the super move, the meter at the end, that's going to be, I have to assume, all 4 just dueling out.
Yeah, it's got to be.
The worst kind of punishment.
They'll bring in the sensei.
The rat. I highly doubt the rat makes an appearance.
I would love it if
I think April O'Neil, as Megan Fox as April O'Neil, will make the ultimate appearance.
What do you think, Casey Jones?
Stephen Amell, Green Arrow, as Casey Jones.
I love if they would bring in Stephen Amell for Casey Jones, even knowing that even though like the situation of like Stephen Amell comes in as Casey Jones and beats up Green Arrow, that would just be awesome.
Yeah, because Stephen Amell is Green Arrow.
Yeah.
As of, basically the last 5 years.
Yeah, so if this comes out really late, it comes out and it's like, oh no, Stephen Amell's not a Green Arrow anymore. They replaced him with Bobby Moynihan. That's the first name that came to my head.
Yeah, not a good one.
Not a good one. Speaking of names that come to your guys' heads, let's start answering some questions. Like we've always done on the show, we take questions from Reddit, Yahoo, or questions that you, the listener, can email into roundrobinpod@gmail.com. So let's just start it off. Adam, you're going to get the first pick of questions. Reddit, Yahoo, or Gmail?
Gmail, please.
Ooh, Gmail. 1, 2, or 3?
4.
Not an option. Between 1, 2, or 3.
I'll pick a prime number 1.
Prime number 1. Okay, we'll go with number 1. Do you have a name for this person?
John Maker.
John Maker. Okay, John. What does John Maker do? What's his job?
He makes things.
He makes Johns.
I expected nothing less.
I guess that's only fair. Okay, so John Maker writes, you were chosen to be executed by animal and have to pick an random animal to carry out the act. What animal do you choose and how do you execute you? How do they execute you? So not really as much of an advice question, but at least we'll get some personality from you two. John Maker, terrible questions. Not even asking for advice. He just wants to know more about you guys. So we'll start with you, Adam. If you could pick an animal to be executed by, which one? I guess it's definitely execution. Like it's not like you're not putting up a fight. They're definitely going to kill you no matter what. So what animal would you want that to be?
I'm not even allowed to fight.
Well, I
guess I am.
You're going to allow to fight. They're definitely going to take you down and murder you or execute you.
All right. Let's go electric eel.
Why an electric eel?
Well, I'm thinking I'm in water, right?
You're swimming?
You gotta swim them.
Yeah?
Clearly not because I'm really slow.
Of course.
But I figured if I'm getting electrocuted, I'm going to die quicker than if I'm getting like beaten up or like chomped on. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to get quick. Like,
yeah.
Or I could do poison, but that'll take, or venom.
Or venom.
Yeah. I'm thinking electrocution.
You want to go out quick.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like feel myself dying.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would suck.
So you're going to go with electric eel.
Electric eel.
I feel like there's quicker ways possibly.
Yeah, if I was going to give a dumb answer like that one, I would have it swim in through my mouth, down my esophagus, into my stomach, and electrocute me from the inside.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like that's how you take a dumb animal and make it execute somebody really like in a cool way.
That's going back to the fighting games. That's like a Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's how it's
finish
done.
him fatality execution. Max, what animal would you choose?
So it's like every time I come on the show, it's always going to be me talking about the incredible prowess that is the silverback gorilla. I think I would use that animal. I would just plop myself into like a chair, tie me down so I can't even do anything. And I want him to take his big and meaty hand. I just want to come down from the heavens right on top of my head and then just crush my spine, just accordion, like, and I'm just, my head is now inside of my body.
And just hope that you're executed at that point.
Oh, yeah. I hope I die from that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like...
You're an accordion boy now.
I turn it, yeah. This is any cartoon ever where an accordion joke is made.
Yeah. I like how every time you are on the show, we always end up talking about gorillas.
This one I brought upon myself. The last one was a question.
Mm-hmm. Well, last one was originally a question about gorillas, if I remember.
Yeah.
This one, you had the option of any animal in the world. But so you're a big fan of gorillas, as past listeners can hear. We've talked about the might and power of a gorilla and the possibility of turning you into an accordion boy. Mm-hmm. Adams talks about wanting a quick death. Do you think that death of being punched into the top of the head, top of the nog?
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough concrete evidence as per, any lab test would result in, but
Because no one survives.
yeah. Also, people are too much of a wuss to take a man, strap him in a chair, and have a big 400-pound gorilla who could bench a car if it wanted to, and just execute the man. We don't have the cojones to do that to somebody.
Yet.
I mean, if I were in control, criminals wouldn't see another day ever.
You just use criminals for lab testing?
Yeah, you know what? This is a good segue here. I'm going to segue
you're
right
gonna
off
segue
this
into
question into I'll give you an answer the best way to execute a human being if you give me control and every criminal on the planet. And I'll just start putting them in the chairs. We'll just do elephant, tiger, electric eel. I'll even throw a pufferfish in there.
Whoa, oh God.
You drop that down their esophagus and then just keep punching them until it goes, and then, I don't know, see what happens. I don't know if it'll puncture the stomach or whatnot. But
it's a way to find out.
yeah, we'll throw in polar bear.
Down the throat or just?
Polar bear down the throat.
Yeah.
Into the esophagus.
A humpback whale. I just want to take somebody and just open up the
hole in the top of the humpback whale.
Yeah, take the human.
blowhole.
Well, maybe just the mouth and just, in Finding Nemo where, we'll just do that. Just take a man by his feet and just whoop.
Yeah, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
See
if
if
he comes out later in 12 hours or whatever, or if he comes out the hole. He's a good miss. I mean, these are answers we need, and we have a great source of test subjects here. We just don't use them.
Why do you think we don't? Why do you think we not do that? Is the ethics behind it, the morality of scientific discovery?
Just people are babies, and we'd rather spend our tax dollars on keeping child touchers alive, child meddlers alive.
I've never heard them described as child meddlers.
It's pretty much
It's a
what they are.
touchy subject.
Good one, Adam.
That's a strong joke right there. Oh my gosh. I think we just move on to the next question.
I don't know if the NRA tracks this or whatever, but
that's fine. That's fine. We've talked about worse things. I feel like we've talked about worse things than child.
I do have to go
meddlers.
back. I said NRA. I meant NSA.
Now the NSA are offended by
The NRA just shoot me. NSA would just track all my family records and start
hunt down your IP addresses. Get as much of the deleted air quote files you have. Let's get off the subject, this touchy subject, and move on to another question. Maxwell, Reddit, Yahoo, or Gmail?
Reddit.
Reddit. Okay, cool. 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3. Ooh, okay. Let's do 3. Let's do 3 right here. Okay, can I get a name for this person?
It appears Bobby Moynihan has come back and has asked this question from Reddit. What a guy!
What a guy! Did any of you guys see the David S. Pumpkins Halloween special?
No.
I don't know
Because that's a real
what a
thing.
David S. Pumpkin is.
You never saw that? The David S. Pumpkins SNL bit sketch?
Is David S. Pumpkin a person?
Yes. He was played by Tom Hanks.
So he's a fictional person.
Is
Yes.
Tom Hanks real?
Is Tom Hanks real? Yes. Tom Hanks is non-fictional, but David S. Pumpkins is fictional.
Okay.
It was a sketch, and then they made a 30-minute movie out of it.
Oh, I thought you might have said like 2.5 hour movie.
No.
Not the go.
They made a Lawrence of Arabia length film about David S. Pumpkins. Anyways, Bobby Moynihan, he writes, did people know how to make paper airplanes before the invention of planes? Did people know how to make paper airplanes before the invention of planes? Maxwell, thoughts?
Moynihan asking the hard questions.
The hard-hitting questions. Did people know how to make... Maxwell, before you're bored in class, and it's before whatever year the Wright brothers decided, hey, let's go fly in the air. And you're bored in class, you have a piece of paper in front of you. Do you know how to fold it up and make it fly? Or do you just, sit there and just I guess have a piece of paper?
I would venture to say if I were in a school in Japan,
Okay.
I might.
How so?
Origami.
Okay, I'm following you.
Right? Isn't origami the stepping stone to paper airplanes, the mystical paper airplanes?
Yes.
I don't know if Japan's actually the people for origami. It's one of those two.
I think it's Japan. I don't want to get it
Yeah.
wrong. Obviously, that's one of those things I don't want to get wrong, but I think it's Japan.
It's definitely that area. Watch it be like Cambodia or something ridiculous. The Vietnamese are down there.
But do you think? So you think yes?
I don't.
Japan.
I think people could have done it, but they would have never called it a paper airplane.
What do you think they would have called it? What would you so you're selling this new item?
jeez.
It's a piece of paper that can fly in the air. What are you gonna call it? It can't be called airplane. I really put you on the spot. We'll let you think that over. Adam, do you think did people know how to make paper airplanes before the invention of planes?
I'm thinking yes, because if you're talking about the Japanese, well, if we're looking, where was Galileo based out of? Right?
I think
Wasn't-
Italy. Yes.
Wasn't he making those like fancy inventions?
He did write down a shit ton of like crazy stuff. I think that's Galileo, if I remember correctly.
Da Vinci was
Da
doing-
Vinci.
Da
was the
Vinci.
weird
That's.
one.
I'm sorry. I meant Da Vinci.
Da Vinci was the crazy one.
Yeah,
of like,
he had like helicopters and
like
stuff,
tanks and stuff.
So then, if you're thinking maybe
I think he was thinking too big, and he skipped steps
Skipped a
1 through
step.
10, and was like, "Let's go to 11, where I actually fly human beings, instead of starting at 1, where you take a piece of papyrus and you just
give it a few folds.
Yeah.
just give it a launch."
So you're thinking maybe I'm gonna say if that's maybe Japan's was Japan earlier than Da Vinci? I guess depending. Don't worry about it. So you're saying Da Vinci. Da Vinci's probably.
He probably had a code somewhere written down.
Wait, what do you mean?
How to make a paper airplane?
He just had that written down
The
somewhere.
code.
What do you think he would have called it? Back to Maxwell. Maxwell, what do you think he would have called it? What do you call a paper airplane that is not a plane?
I mean,
A piece of paper, right?
A flying piece of paper?
paper who fly. Like, I don't know what the heck.
Paper who fly. I was thinking maybe like paper bird, but I mean you lose the flapping wing aspect.
Yeah, like glider would probably be something like just that simple, just glider, or
Glider's actually not a bad.
I would call it doohickey.
Look at that little doohickey.
That's literally like one of my top goals is just to name something a doohickey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's already a noun, but
But actually attributed
yeah,
to.
like literally, like this is a doohickey. I'm trying to sell you my doohickey.
That phrasing sounds weird actually.
Yeah, that doesn't work. It does not work.
Doesn't work as well. I think it definitely there's something in there. I like glider though a lot.
Glider. I mean, I'm not going to get into the semantics of word. This show isn't meant for me to test my intelligence.
This show is meant
on
to get
the
at,
semantics of.
This show is meant to
glider.
get at as deep and silly as possible. So if you got real intelligence throwing out thoughts here, Maxwell, I say go for it.
Well, that's it. So the lack of intelligence about the semantics of the word collider.
What do you mean?
Whether or not glide is derived from or from Latin origins or whatever.
Or even
Latin as in Italy, where Leonardo da Vinci's from.
Wow.
going Leonardo da Vinci. Wow, you really,
Think about that.
I wonder what are the origins of the word glider. Like, okay, I'm gonna look it up real quick. What do you think the origins? So let's say
Get the type of
if I say
technology.
over under the 1900s, what do you think?
Under?
Under?
Wait, 1900s. That's the.
I mean, if Da Vinci was, I don't know what he called his doohickey, but he was doing all his stuff 1460 to 1480, 1490, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's early.
Yeah, he was maybe 15. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Okay, so first off, I just need to do. Oh Jesus! What the hell just happened here? I don't know what. I clicked on something. I have no idea where I am anymore. So we're looking at. Oh my gosh! Actually, we're looking at use of the word glider on Google definition. It didn't really start peaking until 1903, 1904, like we're almost right on the dot. It hit its highest point, according to this, in 1947.
Interesting.
The word glider, and since then it's kind of averaged off a little bit. I don't know. That's crazy, actually. What happened in 1947?
In 47?
Yeah, that was after World War II.
They had gliders in World War II.
Why were they? Why did that come out
Maybe
after?
it became recreational.
Maybe it's because we
gliders.
used
paper planes.
a big old glider to drop some big old bombs
Big old meaty
on
bombs.
Japan, the headquarters of origami,
No.
I feel like we're getting into conspiracy theory.
and birthed the paper airplane. On that moment, some kid was like, he saw it flying over, and then the bomb dropped. He's like, "Oh my god, he made it!" Then he threw it, and it flew all
And everyone's
the
like,
way.
whoa, what's that? What's that flying? They're like, oh, and the bombs falling down, and then they get distracted by a flying paper airplane.
And
Like,
that's why there were so many deaths.
it was a paper
Because
airplane.
as the good old Americans, we were just trying to end that war. We weren't trying to murder 282 people or whatever,
Yeah.
and scar many, many more with heat burns and emotional distress.
And
We were just
many,
trying to end that
many
war.
generations afterwards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now we're best friends.
Yeah, now we're cool with them.
And we stole all the paper airplanes.
we stole their idea. We thought of it now. I'm probably gonna look up just the origins of the paper airplane real quick during the commercial break. But until then, we'll see everyone after the commercial. Bye. Hey everyone, this is the commercial break. This is Ryan.
And Donovan.
Donovan, you're here. You're still living in this area.
Yep.
Still trapped in here.
You have yet to let me out or feed me since last episode.
It's fine.
For you.
Yes, it is cheap.
I
don't. So Donovan, I don't have enough money. But what people can do to help you out is donate to an Air and Flight is Motionless.
That won't give me food, but I'll still be grateful.
In a way, it does. Some of the money is going to food,
That's true.
just not necessarily for you.
No, I don't get any of it.
No, you're trapped in here actually. But yeah, we're here talking about an Air and Flight is Motionless. It's a short film that Donovan and I are making. And yeah, it's Donovan, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
Please do.
I love talking about it.
Yeah, you do.
An Air and Flight is Motionless. It's a surrealist drama that Ryan, the man himself, Ryan Neitzey, you wrote it all by yourself.
I did write it all by myself. Yeah, let's do some behind the scenes talking about the film then, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I wrote the film. I don't know what goes on in my brain, but it vomited out an amazing script.
Pure vomit.
Pure vomit.
But
amazing
delicious vomit.
pure delicious vomit into your ear holes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's a surrealist drama. It definitely takes a lot of influence from Donald Glover and David Lynch. I feel like I thought about it earlier. I feel like it also takes a little bit of influence from maybe Get Out a little bit.
I could see that.
It's a little. I think it's not like influence. It's influence, I guess. It's not like direct correlations. It's just like these very basic ideas of these films.
Yeah.
Taking them out and plopping into this. It's an amalgamation of like a bunch of films. It's awesome.
How do you spell that word?
Amalgamation or awesome? An Air and Flight is Motionless. Yes, it's a surrealist drama. It's about a kid named Arrow who's going through a lot of stuff. He's trying to evolve and change, but he's not being active in that. When a character, it's this idea that it's a character wants to evolve and change, but the person that's in charge of that doesn't want to actively do that. So to do that, you have to be the active participant in your own change. And the film is all about that. So you can donate away to Indiegogo. If you go to Indiegogo.com and search for an Air and Flight is Motionless, you can help us out. We are, as of the time of this recording, 60% of the way done with our goal of $2,500, which is amazing.
Yes, it is. And not only will you be helping us out, we're going to help you out a little bit in return. We have all kinds of different perks going on based on the amount that you may or may not, hopefully will, donate. First off, there's a social media shout out.
Of course.
There's, what's next? A digital copy of the film.
Of course. You got to get that film.
Yeah. And then at 25, you get the behind the scenes documentary.
I believe so. Yes, you do.
Speaking of which, one of the very guests on today's episode,
yes,
Adam Michalak,
of course.
He's the one making the documentary.
Yeah, he's putting in a lot of effort and work into making a really cool video documentary behind the scenes look at not only there's documentaries, of course, of making films. There's obviously the famous one about making Apocalypse Now and stuff. Heart of Darkness, I think it was called. There's famous documentaries about making films, but this is really a documentary behind-the-scenes look at what it's like making not only a short film, but like a student short film, like a very cheaply like students making a short film like that. I like the idea of this very low rent budget, like trying to figure out all these elements together. And we asked Adam to come along and make it. So if you like Adam or like his thoughts, maybe Round Robin's not the best place to promote his own thoughts because we talked about a lot of weird things, but definitely check out and donate $25 to get that behind the scenes perk. But that's not the only dollar amount you can get. There's a bunch of other stuff you can get down the road.
Oh, of course. Yeah, there's plenty of different things. There's a T-shirt, there's a signed poster, a signed script.
There's no perk to help out Donovan and get him out of this cage.
No, but I'm willing to sit in this cage
as long as it takes to get us funded, fully 100% funded.
Fully 100%. If that takes 10 years, I mean, I'll probably die, but that's fine.
Hey, it could be a stretch goal. Our first stretch goal is get Donovan out of the cage.
Yeah.
But we have to reach our 100% first, and we need your help, the audience, to help us do that. So donate away. Click the link in the description of this episode, and thank you guys so very much. We love you so very much. And Donovan, let's get back to the show.
Let's do it.
We are back. Adam, you said during the break that you had a story. We referenced Nagasaki.
You literally said the word and it just clicked in my brain.
Okay. What is the story about Nagasaki?
So, if you don't know...
I don't. Well, I don't know what the story is, so...
My dad works for the Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
Hold on.
Which is the...
Do you have to sign some sort of, like...
No, we're fine.
No, the
confidentiality.
The NRA aren't listening to us.
Yeah.
Damn, this rifle administration people.
So at one point, he got put in charge. He was the branch manager for a position where they had to oversee where we were putting our nuclear waste. Because Congress was like, find a place to put all the nuclear waste that we have at our power plants. Mm-hmm. So he got in charge of that group that was finding a place for it. So we had to go on tours around the country explaining to where they were going to put the material. Mm-hmm. And at one of these... I guess town hall meetings.
Yeah.
Right. An old lady literally just walked up to the mic, stared at my father, and just said, "Nagasaki."
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then she just sat back down. So is she saying that she wants to put the nuclear waste into Nagasaki? Is that what she's...
I mean, we must ask first, was she a Japanese woman?
I think she was an old white lady.
I'm baffled.
That's a different story. I don't know.
One word. Made me get one word Nagasaki. Like,
I don't know.
You solved zero problems. Thanks for your input.
You, if anything, brought up more questions.
That was a real Parks and Rec moment. Not even the writers of Parks and Rec could be like, yeah, let's have one of our town people grab the mic and just say Nagasaki.
Did she take the microphone off the stand and then immediately drop it?
No, she did not.
Oh, dang.
Well,
that's upsetting to hear.
Wasn't even for the meme. It was just it was just bringing up bad memories. All right, we're all sorry about that.
Yes.
No, we're not.
Whoa, Maxwell. Really turning a new leaf over here.
Onward to the next question, please.
Next question, Adam. Reddit, Yahoo, or Gmail?
Let's go with another Reddit.
Oh, going with another Reddit. Back-to-back Reddit.
My knowledge of Reddit is good stuff comes out of there.
Good stuff. Okay, can I get a 1 or a 2?
Let's go with 1.
Going with a 1. Okay, this one's an interesting one. Can I get a name for this person?
No.
Okay, Maxwell, can I get a name for this person?
Yeah, I just had one. It was a good one. Oh, yeah, Danny Phantom.
I miss Danny Phantom.
Yeah,
that shit was
honestly,
awesome.
I thought they were bringing it. I swear. Maybe I just saw some concept art.
Instead.
Yeah.
Must have been some concept art.
We're going to get Lord of the Rings as a TV show, which is complete and utter.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Well, that was something I heard.
Yeah, it was. I think the concept art we were talking about was that the creator for Danny Phantom, Butch Hartman.
I think
his
he did it
name?
when they were older or something like that.
Yeah, he like did them like aged up what they would be doing like nowadays, I guess.
It looked dope.
It was awesome.
Did he also draw the Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes, he did.
Okay, that's
and I think another one, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, dude, I miss Danny Phantom. That show was awesome.
They'll bring it back.
Bound to happen. And the Hollywood media, TV media today. I mean, it's bound to happen. Bringing it back.
I could see a movie.
A movie, Danny Phantom movie. Well, they did do Danny Phantom movies, didn't
But
they?
those are like
Those
those are like the Disney ones. That's like only shown here on
Yeah.
Disney Channel.
Oh, first
Or
off, it was Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I was like Nickelodeon.
How dare you say that about Danny Phantom? I don't really have. I'm not really good at transitions. Speaking of anything, Danny Phantom writes, if you become addicted to a drug and then erase your memory, would you still be addicted to something you don't know?
Oh man, more science questions.
Yeah. Do you not like the science questions? Hey,
I mean, because
yes. Yes.
part of me wants to address all questions logically and with some sort of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also want to take a silverback gorilla and let him beat people over the head. But this one's rough.
How's rough?
Like the rough of the
Well, I mean, I actually forgot the question was. Is
Okay,
it
let me read it again.
Mind is wiped?
Okay, so if I become take me, I become addicted to heroin for whatever reason
nice.
because I just like the feeling, and then I go through some sort of process. I hit my head really hard, I get a concussion, and then I lose my memory. I don't remember that I like the feeling of heroin, or I don't remember. But would I still be addicted to that feeling of heroin? I maybe not remember that what it was, but I remember that there was a feeling I had from something, whatever it was. Is that possible, or is that just completely crazy? It's a big thinker, real big thinker. Adam?
So what I'm thinking here, right?
Yeah.
So some people do drugs because they like the way it makes them feel.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone you know particularly?
Yes.
Who?
So
Someone? Let's say
That's totally not me. If that's what you're asking.
let's call them not Adam. So not Adam takes drugs.
And maybe he does it because he likes it.
Maybe not Adam likes not doing drug or yes.
All right.
I
So
confused myself real hard.
he likes the way he feels. So if he were to get knocked out and forget like taking that drug and the way it makes him feel, then I don't think he wouldn't be addicted
Anymore. Interesting.
right?
Yeah.
But you do bring up a good point about possibly having a yearning for that feeling. You're like, oh, I forget that I get high, or I forgot that I got high on marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that feeling of being high on marijuana that you're still like, but how? What is that?
What is this?
Where am I? Like, I need to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't, you know.
Yeah. Maxwell, you're really staring off into the abyss, I think, trying to think of something. What's going on in your old nog?
I'm just trying to think if I got addicted to crack, how fast my life would go down the hill. But no, I'm trying to figure
Fast.
out the difference between, or if there's a difference between whether or not the drug is a physical addiction, that's
Okay.
something like the body needs,
You're right.
or if it's the
Ooh.
mind that's like, I need to be in this state of euphoria all the time or whatever.
Mhm.
That's what I've been trying to think about.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm getting away from the body part. I don't think that's right.
Mm-hmm. You don't think that addiction is a physical?
Oh,
No, I think it's
it's-
more of a mental thing.
it's incredibly mental. I know a dude.
yeah. You know, not Adam. Your friends have not Adam.
Yeah.
You know him so well, he could be you. But he's not. But he's not you.
As his first name declares.
It's not you.
It's totally mental.
Yeah, it's totally mental. What do you mean about it being totally mental?
It's just like there's
What has not Adam told you about it being a mental drug, not a physical feeling, but a more of a mental feeling?
because it's if you smoke marijuana, it's just this euphoric state you're in in your head and kind of your whole. It's like I don't know. I can't say like your essence, but it's just like it's in your mind and it's mental, and I bet they like the way that feels,
Yeah.
and it's not like a physical thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all because you like the way
how much of the brain is projecting or taking over.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
I think that drug THC does target
dopamine.
cranial activity. I think that's what it was. I mean, natives have been using it before we were using it to feel good. They were using it to feel good.
Very awesome.
I don't think they were using it for war purposes, which was where I was going to go. But
I had an English teacher. He was like, gave us the word of the day. It was like hashish or something. And he's like, this means marijuana.
Okay.
Or it could translate to weed. And he's like, apparently the ancients used to take this before they went off into battle and murdered hundreds of people. And he was like, I don't know. If I smoked weed, I'd just want to chill on the couch and watch TV. And I was like, that means the teacher smoked weed.
How old was your history teacher?
He was young, like maybe 30s.
30. Oh, he's definitely smoked weed. Are you kidding me?
he was in the prime age
It was the prime age of smoking weed.
of smoking things.
The only primer that could have been is maybe 50s. That would have been growing up in the 70s, 50s, 60s.
Nah, those dudes are still in cigarettes.
Nah, some of them maybe.
Yeah, cigarettes.
I think it's more 80s.
Cigarettes took care of everybody.
Cigarettes are killers. Don't do cigarettes.
Yeah, I watched a video on Facebook. Good old place. If you need to let go, I would suggest going back to Facebook. There's this video of this guy Tyrone, and like he's not the hero we deserve, but he's the one we need right now.
Yeah.
He just runs around the streets and smacks cigarettes out of people. He says, "I'm Tyrone, and I hate smoking." And then he looks at him, and then they're like, "Dude, what the heck? Why did you do that?" And he just looks like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And then they just walk off. He's like, "Smoking kills," and then he runs off and does it again.
I like the idea of using meme culture to
Spread good messages. Oh my god,
Spread the good word?
I think it's good. I think it's awesome.
It will be a thing. Think about it.
What would
as
be a
the-
thing?
Memes spreading new messages is the generation.
Oh, almost definitely. Are you kidding me? Maxwell, it has a whole thesis and book about it.
I want to write a book about memes so bad.
Yeah.
I don't have the.
You have the time.
I have the time, but I don't really want to do it.
What's the basic theory, I guess?
The basic theory about memes.
Yeah.
They're incredibly
So
influential.
that when my
like-
my mom's listening to this back, she can finally understand what memes are.
Memes are like they're like it's just a new like transformation of stuff we've seen time and time again.
I think someone's described it as, I don't know if it was one of us or I heard it from somewhere else, was like it's just a reimagination, a transformation of something from pop culture.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, it's just something that like especially with social media now, it's something that many people connect with, and if you just kind of keep scaling it down, it's just like the leader of the group does it and everyone's like, "Oh, that's so awesome." And it kind of just exponentially grows in that fashion, and everyone's like, now you have a kid who's like, "Help me get my nugs," and it's the most retweeted tweet of all time, and it's like, well, that's just so dumb. But it's like, at the same time, this man rallied 2.3 million people to help him get nuggets, and it was just like for a meme. And then he got nuggets out of it because Wendy's was like, "Thanks for all the free, advertising," and it's just like, it's that kind of influence that just it creates itself. It doesn't need much. It kind of just does it itself.
It just, the joke of a meme just kind of grows and grows and grows and escalates.
And it's just like, it's so wide now and so many things fall into that. I mean, we also had a meme get put on a list that is deemed to hate. There's green frog that people are like, this is a hate symbol. But
the Pepe meme is what you're talking about.
I'm referring to the green peep.
Green peep, crying green peep meme.
Yeah.
That was used by alt-right groups and stuff to...
It was also a good meme outside. Like it was a funny frog. It started innocent, I believe.
It totally did.
You know that man's just suing people now for like copyright infringement?
I heard that, I think I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, he's suing.
I also saw that like it's based on like from a comic, from like a character from a comic. Apparently they killed off the character in the comic because the fact that it's now a hate symbol.
Geez.
That like it was
Good
from
art
it was
being
from a
destroyed.
comic, and then it was created into a meme of just like using it by everyday people, everyday memesters, memers and such. And then it was repurposed again through
Nazism culture.
Nazi alt-right groups, and it then became a hate symbol. And just this repurposing of images and symbols of just like can create something either fun and wholesome for the whole family, or like not the what's that board game that we played or card game that we played? Know Your Meme, I think it's called. We just get wholesome, fun memes for the whole family.
Just a good old time.
We just have to get memes. Like
Just that weird like ferret thing that just sits there on the chair like this. I like that one
That
a
white
lot.
ferret
Yeah,
thing?
I don't know what the heck it is, but I think it's hilarious.
yeah, I thought that was a pretty good
I
conversation.
think the real cool part about memes is just like it's ultimate inclusion and it's limitless. It's non-existent barriers where it's just anybody and anything can turn into a meme like on the dot and just. I don't know. I enjoy them. I think they're a good time.
No, I completely agree. I thought it was a pretty good conversation. Let's move on. Not get away too far. But let's move on to the last question, Maxwell. Reddit, Yahoo, or Gmail?
I want to take this sucker to the chocolate milk town itself, Yahoo.
Do they have any correlation to Yahoo or the Yahoo chocolate milk town to the corporate offices at Yahoo questions, Yahoo answers?
Honestly, I don't think I know what either one of them are.
Fair enough.
My
1,
mom
2, or
was
3.
like, you can't drink Yahoo with too much sugar. And I was like, dang it, Mom. But so Yahoo's been... Anyway.
Okay, 1, 2, or 3.
2. We haven't done a 2 yet.
Okay, we got a 2 right here. Okay, can I get a name for this person?
Tom Bergeron.
Yeah. Tom Bergeron. Of course. Why Tom Bergeron?
You asked this to me like he's a real person. I made this up completely on my own.
My mistake. Tom Bergeron writes, I farted at school and a turd popped out of my shorts. What do I do? A little more detail. I farted at school before Christmas. Maxwell's going away from the... I farted at school before Christmas break started, and I was talking to a friend in the hall. I farted, and a turd popped out of my shorts and landed on the floor.
No.
A few people saw, and my friend put his hand over his mouth and walked away. What should I, Tom Bergeron, do? How can I recover from this?
Oh, man. So this kind of relates to a story I once had.
Yeah.
And if it's what I mean, this man didn't give us enough details for it to...
I mean, the story's there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, now it's just time for me to fill in the blanks. So I'm going to use personal experience here. One time when I was in kindergarten, or maybe I was in elementary school, I had to poo so bad. I was like, teacher, you gotta let me go poo. She's like, just go, get out of my classroom. So I book it down the hallway like the kid I am. I come climbing up to the door, slide past. She's like, no, get back in there and kick open the door. Go sit down on the toilet. Don't even cover it up. Don't even wash the toilet seat. I just plop my bare ass right on that sucker. And I release this tiny turd.
Yeah.
It's about the size of a meatball.
Pretty small.
It's pretty big for a kindergarten.
Yeah, no, it came out. It went right through the water like a torpedo, and it smacked the ceramic tiling. So what I'm saying.
Yeah, go on.
So just say it.
I think you're crying.
Yeah. It's a good story.
So it hits the ceramic tile.
I mean, that's it.
Does it make like a ping noise?
It just smacked it, dude. It was just like it was just like that was actually a pretty good sound for it. It's like real dull. It wasn't real sharp. It wasn't real pingy. It was just like but anyway, the reason I share this story is because if this boy's turd came out like that, just that, like I didn't even have to wipe either after I was done. It was just that turd.
A confident no wiper.
Yeah, it was like go back to kindergarten, but
The most efficient poop I've ever heard.
It was incredible. So if this gentleman, if Tom Bergeron pooped a little turd like that, it could just sit in his pants like a marble.
Yeah.
And I just thought that would be really funny. I don't even know any relevance to the story now.
You said this slid down? It fell out?
I believe it's...
What is he not wearing any underwear?
Well, he's wearing... That's a good question. He's wearing shorts. It never said anything about underwear.
I guess if you're wearing boxers and some nice breathable shorts.
I mean, I know that's why I wear underwear, and I think that's the reason why underwear is created, is to catch poop.
Mm-hmm. I think that's actually entirely what the reason is. Tom just describes it as a turd popped out of his shorts and landed on the floor. So that sounds assumedly
Like it was sitting in there right.
I think it grew arms. It was like, get me out of here.
it's like, oh God.
It's like,
It does sound like he's not wearing underwear.
I'm Turd Rick, and jumps out of his pants. Like, what the heck?
So Adam, what should Tom do?
Come, bro, you fucked. I think you should move schools for one.
One, yes.
No recovery.
2,
You're probably a meme now.
3.
I will meme this fellow.
Yeah.
Poor old Tom.
You know what? Countries. You got 2 options. You got Japan. You got Italy.
Yes.
Those are your 2 options.
Yeah, go there. Why not? Yeah, poop coming out of your shorts. Maxwell, what should he do?
I mean, this is rough. I mean, if he's sitting down, like if I shot Meatball Turd when I was sitting down, imagine that goes off like a Hot Wheels racetrack, and it's just like, you know, it gets a nice velocity coming down the track, and it just goes, we just smack the board, just go right on the board, and you just got Meatball Turd on the board. I don't know how this
And they'd be smart boards. So,
Oh yeah. Damn.
Yeah, it's a real interesting predicament there, Tom Bertrand. I like how his friend reacts by putting his hands over his mouth. He's like, oh my God, why did you do that?
And walks
That is
away.
the nastiest thing I've ever seen, Tom.
And then walks
Yeah,
away.
and then walks away. So he lost his only friend. Yeah, I think leaving town's a good idea.
I remember, I don't have a story about poop as much. But I remember one time when I was younger, I think it was middle school, we were watching like some play or something or whatever it was. And I really had to vomit for whatever reason because I wasn't feeling good. So I quickly ran out of the hall and because I really need to vomit, and like it's carpeted the entire way.
Nice.
So it's really carpeted, and then I get into this other like side room, and if I just, and in the hallway it's tile or whatever it is, ceramic tile or whatever. That my goal is, all I have to do is make it to the tile, and if I vomit, then it's easy to clean up because I know the bathrooms are really far away, so I'm not sure if I can even make it then. So I start booking it. I start walking as fast as possible, not trying to make too much attention. I get to the little like side room to try to get into the hallway. Literally, I am a foot away from the doorway into the hallway, the tile floors. I vomit in my hands.
don't, you throw it.
No, I vomit in my hands. I take another step, like I'm almost there. Like I'm like so close to like the safe zone. I'm like, I'm almost there. I vomit in my hands. I'm like, oh God, it's happening. I'm so close. I vomit again and just let go, and it lands directly on the floor, just like a couple inches away from the tile in the hallway.
But the janitor was like,
and then I just left. I just left. I just walked away. I didn't tell anyone. I was just like, I don't know what to do. What am I gonna do in this situation? I need to go vomit.
You want to talk about vomit stories?
Not really. It's one of my worst fears is being in public and like, oh no, I gotta vomit. What do I do?
May I?
Sure, why not?
Again, Adam's father.
Mm-hmm. Not Adam's father or your father.
my father.
Okay.
Decided to feed me quiche.
Okay.
Right? He puts this in front of me. I tell him I don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
Because I tell him it smells like crap. He's like, eat it. We got swim practice to go to. So I eat it, right? And now my stomach doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in swim practice, right? Do my own thing. Suddenly, I vomit into the pool. Nice.
Into the pool?
Into the pool, right? Because I'm just chilling on the side. Teacher's teaching a lesson, and I'm kind of just like,
There it go.
right? Nah. Here's the slick move of my dad, though. Yanks me out of the pool, like, real quick, right? Throws my clothes on. As we're walking out, the lifeguard hands us, like, a free pass and says, sorry for the inconvenience.
What a move.
Power play.
So we got a couple options for Tom here. Is one, just leave it. Just walk away.
Yeah, walk away.
2, try to trick the janitor or something into giving you something in return for your vomit. Try to confuse him like, oh, this wasn't me. I just found vomit. That would have been a good move for me if I just went up to the janitor. Like, yeah, I found vomit. I don't know what it was.
With it on your hands.
Hey, Ryan, seems you have it in your hands right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is
I had to touch it to
spaghetti,
make
sir.
This is pasta at best.
Then to really sell it, you have to give it a good old lick.
Oh, no.
Oh yes.
So what you're saying is for Tom, he should just
pick up his poop and lick it.
pick up his poop and lick it.
Dude, if it's like a solid turd, he could like take it, put it in a jar.
You're right. It's a
Go home
Snickers.
with it. Like if it's not drippy or it's just like a solid turd.
It's probably got some corn in there.
You could pick it up and throw it out, actually.
I guess that's all true. I really like how we started with an in-depth discussion about memes and culture and everything. And we ended with poop and vomit. I think if that doesn't sum up Round Robin, I don't know what will. Let's just end. I feel like that's a good ending to the episode.
Yeah.
I don't
Tom, pick up the poop and put it in the trash, kid. Let's go.
just
got work
be a
to
man. Be a
You
man.
got a test to take. Let's go.
You got a test to take. Let's move on to the last thing we have to do is new thing for Round Robin Season 2. Like you already know, audience, is we pick the guest for the next episode on this episode. We have a spreadsheet here of a bunch of names. I'm going to turn the computer around to Maxwell and Adam. All you guys have to do is essentially, I'm going to highlight it. All you have to do is press enter. One of you guys press enter, and you will then choose who the next guest will be.
Do it.
On Round Robin, Season 2, Episode 4, I believe.
I'll read it. I can't see from here. Unless it hasn't popped up.
It'll refresh.
Greg
Leonard and Greg Leonard. How about that?
How about that?
This will be the most interesting thing ever.
I don't know. Should we redo it? It can't. I've never seen this happen before. Greg Leonard
Of all
and
the
Greg
individuals I've met in my life, he's the only one I am confident that he could sell himself twice.
Yep, I agree.
Leonard. I think just for my sanity, we're just gonna do it one more time. As much as I love, and I think as much as the audience will love a Greg Leonard episode, for my sanity, I'm just gonna. We're just gonna hit it again. So this time I'm gonna have Maxwell, you press it. This time Adam, you press it. Just press enter.
See if you can do better than Greg and Greg.
If it happens again, I'm going to lose my mind.
Adrian Shivete and Greg Leonard.
So it's
Tired of Greg getting all this crap. He effectively got picked 6 times.
And
this season. All right, he's already been on once.
Yeah.
There was 2 in one shot, and then so he gets 4.
It was fate for Greg to be on this episode, next week's episode.
Unbelievable. Remember that time we talked about fish and how bread spawned fish?
Yeah, that was what good
Unbelievable.
times. What good times were had by all. Stay tuned for next episode with Adrian and Greg. Until next time, I'll see all of you guys around. You guys want to say anything? Nope. Okay, moving on. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys around. And until next time, see ya. Bye. I would like to thank Adam Michalak and Maxwell Collins for coming on to the show. As always, those boys are crazy and hilarious. I love talking to them. I love having them on, and I am excited to work with them in the future further. Artwork was created by Kayla Zuromski, and equipment was provided by Wild Stings Radio Studio at Stevenson University. And if you, the audience, have any weird or smartish questions or find any from Reddit or Yahoo, send them in to roundrobinpod@gmail.com. We're kind of running low on questions for Gmail questions, so the more the merrier. Send those queries in to roundrobinpod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at RoundRobinPod. You can also review the show on iTunes. 5-star review. We appreciate it. It helps more people find the show that you love, and help spread that love to everyone on iTunes by dropping a 5-star review there. As always, I am Ryan Neitzey, and thank you so much for listening to the show, Round Robin. Next episode comes out January 4th, so until then, stay smartish.